Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. Well, we kind of got a bit of an off schedule this week. I am going to be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I will work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and probably Wednesday at the rate I'm going. Maybe perhaps Tuesday. Not real sure. So, we will see. But today we are going to be working on, I forgot to tell you, I'm so with it today, The Beautiful Scenery Park, and it is by Joy Sunday, and I'm pretty sure I got this from Amazon. It's been a year or two since I got it, but somebody reminded me that I still had this, so I thought, well, we'll just get this out today and just go for it. I think I'm working with 934 is the thread color. And I started in this corner right here. I'll turn it right side up for you. So we're getting into that and then we'll move up. I don't know. Just started on the right hand side for some reason. So we'll see. We'll just go from where we're at. So what's everybody up to? What are you working on? Last night, because I really like to know. I like to see what other people work on. I get lost in my own little thing here, and wow, there's other patterns. Amazing. I don't know, sometimes I like strange and unusual, and sometimes, I don't know. There's a few things I just don't stitch, but I don't feel the need to stitch. You know, I have so much other things going that what I've got going, it's good for me. Yeah. So I really like to know what other people are stitching and that kind of thing. So I don't know that I need that yet, but we might. This is 11 count, and it is 70 by 55. Now that's not the actual size because there's like an inch to 3 inches all the way around this thing. So, oops, went the wrong way. I have to pay attention to which direction everything goes in. Yeah, when I got this, I started all gung-ho and just about finished this corner. There's, looks like 2 more colors right in here, and that part will be done. So, yay. Let's see, what did I work on? I worked on the Bristol sampler last night for a little bit, because I was pretty well fried by the time I got home. Only because I had to work from 2 to 9:15, and about 7:30ish, it's, well, maybe 4 o'clock, we got this weird snowstorm where it was just little ice balls. It looked like those Dippin' Dots all over the parking lot, and that didn't last for very long. Then about 7 o'clock, it started snowing normally. It got colder, see, and it snowed 3 inches, I swear, before I ever got out of there. So I had to brush my car off twice before I left, so I was pretty well fried by the time I came home. And I came home and I made, what do you call them? I think it's Vandecamps. The battered fish fillets, if you will, or whatever they are. And some French fries, and that was all she wrote. And I told you I went to the library earlier this week, so I got Nora Roberts' The Guardians. Somebody else was talking about it. I had to go get it, and so I started that. It's a 3-part audiobook. And yeah. So I'm already through part 1. I got that, I think it was Monday. Did I go Monday? Must have. Yeah. So I listened to one whole part last night and just barely started the other one, and I was about to fall asleep sitting on the couch. But so I stitched a little bit and listened to that. I just love that trilogy. It's really good. So if you get a chance and you like a little bit of the off the wall, I mean, it's not off the wall horror or anything like that. I mean, it's just different. You know, it had a little bit of romance and, not overly done, but it has a little bit of, I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Science fiction, maybe, to it. Because there's one lady, she's a werewolf, and got one lady that's a mermaid, and then another person that can, I have to look at that, see things that are going to happen. And you have a sorcerer, but he's a good sorcerer, I mean, it's just different. So it's a good trilogy. Somebody was talking about reading that, and I thought, well, I can go get the audiobook from the library. So while I was at the library, I forgot to tell you, the lady, checking out like 9 audiobooks at one time, and it takes me forever to get back to the library. She goes, "Do you have a smartphone?" And I'm like, well, yeah. Doesn't everybody, at this point? And she says, well, we have the Libby. Is it Libby? That you can get audio things from. So she goes, you just come in and we'll give you a one-on-one, how to get that onto your phone. And I'm like, yeah. Told her, I said, well, the last time I checked out the Libby website, they said you guys didn't have anything. Remember me telling you this? So I'll have to get a time when I can go in and they can tell me how to do that. So we'll see how that goes, right? So fun times. We'll see if I can get that all set up. And other than that, that's about all I got going for today. I did some house cleaning this morning and I'm done. Got my corned beef and cabbage on. I actually bought 2 pieces of corned beef. They had one sitting there. It was $6. I'm like, yeah, I can do that because I can freeze it after it's cooked. I just love corned beef. Just love it. And I bought some, I had to get Jewish rye instead of the Russian rye because the grocery store, because of that big storm, they were behind in groceries and stuff and didn't have any Russian rye, but I can eat Jewish rye. I like it too. So, and I love to make Reubens. So, yeah, I'll be eating corned beef for a couple days. At least 2 or 3. Because I just absolutely adore them. And since I have to work all weekend, that'll work out perfectly. So it's in the crock pot this morning, both of them. I put a little onion in there. I don't care for the potatoes and the carrots in there because I never eat it. It's like making a roast for me. I don't eat the potatoes and carrots. If I want a potato, I can bake a potato or something, but yeah, it just doesn't go well. I usually pig out on the corned beef. Do you all like corned beef? Let me know if you like corned beef or if you don't. Because it's a mixed bag of tricks, you really got to like it. Some people love it, and other people just can't even stand it. Hey, hang on, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah, she noticed that the dog next door got let out. Now she wants to go out so she can bark. It ain't happening. Get over yourself. Nope. enough. So, yeah. But let me know if you like corned beef. Or if you do something else for St. Patrick's Day, let me know that too. I always like to know. I watched a little bit of YouTube last night. I have a couple people that I watch that aren't Stitchers. They're not Stitchers. But I really like the different, like I said, every once in a while, I gotta have a little different. So I have a couple guys that go and look at abandoned houses. About 3 of them do that, and then they also go out. They do this thing called Randonautica, which is not something I would be wandering around doing at nighttime. It scares the crap out of me. I'm glad they're the ones there, not me. But it's just kind of interesting. Sometimes it's fun to watch them get a little scared because, you know, they're big, tough guys. What a joke. Yeah. It's entertaining. I'll give it that much. So. But other than that, I don't know why they only gave you like 3 strands or 4. I probably got some down in there of this color when it's all over this pattern. But it looks pretty close. I've got, where is it? This is 935, and it's pretty close. So it's got a little bit more yellow in it. Kind of shows up a little bit lighter, but shoot, in a pinch I can get 934 if I have to, but it just seems like that is not a lot for this. So yeah, that I haven't been doing a whole bunch this week at all. Had to wash the crazy crock pot because I used it over the weekend, and it's like, holy cow. And you know, with my sink the way it is, we'll see. I got that all taken care of because I figured it'd take it a hot moment to cook all that meat. And I put a whole thing of cabbage in there because I love the cabbage. And I'll kind of chop it and dice it finely to form my, what do you call it? For my Reubens. So it won't go to waste. But I like even fried cabbage. I like fried cabbage in bacon grease with some onions. That is so good. My mother got me stuck on that one. And at the time I liked coleslaw, but I wasn't real keen on the, get down, because you're not going to do anything but bark. You know, like coleslaw, I could eat that. That didn't bother me, but I couldn't pick up a piece of cabbage and just eat it plain. That wasn't working for me. And then she did the fried cabbage and bacon grease with onions. Oh my goodness. And she'd have it with sausage for dinner. I also like stuffed cabbage. Oh gosh. I haven't made that in a very long time. But it's been a hot moment. And it takes so much doing, and it's only me, so it's kind of a waste if you can't find a small cabbage. But I do like those. I like cabbage rolls. Always have. So, yeah. Yum. I can't think. Oh, well, I do put cabbage in my, I was thinking there was something else. I put cabbage in my egg rolls when I make egg rolls, but haven't done that for a while either. So, fun times. But I can find a lot of uses for cabbage. It takes a while for it to get that smell out of the house, though. I noticed my refrigerator was starting to smell because I had that whole cabbage in there. I kept it in the plastic bag that I got from the grocery store. Because I got it, somewhere over the weekend. But and it lasts a while. So, yum. Looking forward to a very good meal for dinner. It'll take a hot moment. But I have no plans to go anywhere today. So we'll see if that changes. But I've finally started working on, I think it's page 2 of the Bristol sampler last night. I looked again at that inspiration. I'm going to get that one, I swear. And I went back and put it in because the first time I put it in my cart, it was missing a few colors. So we'll have to see. But I'm going to buy it, and I think, I don't know, I haven't decided quite yet. Didn't say I couldn't. I'm going to do it on 28 count Lugana. Not sure what color, though. Haven't gotten that far. We're about to run out of thread here. Let me get rid of this thread. Now, somebody else asked me how I get rid of the thread on the back. So I'll just flatten this out so you can see. Now, let me get rid of that. There's not a lot. If I was up here, it'd be easier. But I just go underneath and kind of weave it. We don't have much to work with here. I'll show this again if I stitch in over there. But I just kind of weave it in and out. And then I just cut it off. That's how I get rid of my thread. And yes, what do you call it? Pre-stamped. I'm trying to figure out what color that was. I don't think it was that one. We're going to go with this over here because I know I took it apart. On pre-stamped, I put a knot at the end. Not on my... Ooh. Almost made a mistake. Not on my counted, because I can start that a little bit different, but since I'm using, oh, for pity's sake, since I am using three strands, I just put a knot in there, and I know other people do it different. That's just what I do. What can I say? I think I'm going to have to get another Ort holder. I don't want to set this over there. Food happens over there. And I'm going to have to get one in tin or something. I do have some felt in there somewhere. Because I noticed there is a pile of thread on that side of the couch. You know, because I'm too lazy to put it in something. And I can make myself one of those little flat things. Because I bought some, what do you call it? Oh dear. Some of those felt pieces. I got it from Amazon. I was going to do some project. Heaven knows what that was going to be. With the grandkids, and I can't remember. I think we were going to cut out things and like glue them down because my granddaughters just barely started sewing. So, and the grandson wouldn't have been into that, so we could just glue pieces down. It happens. But I don't remember what I was going to use it for, but I bought a pack, and it was like that thick, and the squares weren't very big. What, 4x6? Maybe? Didn't cost too much money, but we never used them, and at this point, I have no idea where those are at. What can I say? What can I say? Stuff happens around here. I even have polymer clay, but I never got into it. I was all about getting it. And, I watched people do things with them. And, yeah, well, that didn't turn out so hot. Not at all. So, and people make cute things, but it was more of a theory than it was in practice. So, yeah, stuff happens like that around here. And I even have glow-in-the-dark paint because Laura bought an entire box of, what do you call those things? Not river, are they called river rocks? The flat ones that are about yay big. Yeah, I have an entire box down here. I was going to paint them in iridescent paint so that I could put them outside and, scatter them around my so-called garden that never grows. They have little bitty flower beds, but that didn't work out. I don't have time to go, what do you call it, plant flowers. So if I get some plastic ones, that might work. But that's what my daughter does. She just gets brand new plastic flowers to put out there. But I haven't been any place where I can get some. And yeah, I could buy them online, I'm sure. So, and my daughter's about got me talked into getting a Nintendo Switch, but I'm not real sure I want to spend another couple, $300-400 to get that all set up when, I barely watch TV. So, I don't know. And I have a nice big flat screen TV I got from my daughter because they got a big one, because they have space for a big one. And they said, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, okay. So, here we are. And I don't use it that much. It's probably a 40-inch. I don't know. Maybe not that. Well, yeah. I have to look. Yeah, it's about a 45-inch TV. I watch the football games on it. That's about as far as she goes. I am not a TV person. Over the years, I just nope, I don't need to sit there and listen to commercial and listen to commercial. In fact, now it just drives me insane watching the football game to have to listen to the stupid commercials. I don't know, I'm just weird that way. What can I say? It goes. So I have a decent TV, but don't use it very much. And I don't have a CD player. I play my movies on my computer. So that works. Oh, goodness. Well, we're getting a little bit of this done here. So, no plans for my big days off. I may run into the thrift store tomorrow. No, the sewing store, because that's all he has is fabric. But he does have my DMC floss. He's holding it hostage till I get there. Jeez. Yeah. And it takes forever if I have to order anything from there. It takes a good couple weeks, and it's right here in town. But he orders stuff that has to come in from other places, so yeah. It's a nightmare. I might as well just order from 123 Stitch, and it's cheaper that way, but he doesn't have anything else that I need, because I get my needles from 123 Stitch. I use 28, size 28, I almost said count, size 28 peacemakers. Just love them. They're nice and short, and they work beautifully. Use them all the time. Now, the only thing that I do stitch with something else, I think it's either a 24 or 26 size needle, is the sulky, and it has to go through the 26. Because or 24, I can't remember. I don't use the sulky that much. I'd love to get all those sulky colors, but it's right up there with I'd love to get all the DMC colored. So it's just a little obsession that I have, but I haven't bought any more Sulky because I'm just not real thrilled. It's different, you know. I like the colors. Colors aren't the problem. I just been using DMC for 50, 60 years or whatever it's been, and I just can't handle anything different. So maybe we can. So we'll see. But I just love Sulky Thread. I love the way it looks. And I like... Now, see, I've noticed another thing. I was watching Hands Across the Sea, Nicole Parkman, on, what do you call it? On YouTube. And she keeps getting the Vera Soie silks of some kind. I think it's 103, 102. I don't know. She calls it something. But I noticed it comes on spools. And when I go to 123 Stitch to look at the Vera Soie and drool, you know, I'm not even sure I'd like it. Like I said, I need to just get 2 or 3. But anyway, it doesn't come on a spool. It comes like DMC, you know. So, okay, now we got a little bit more to work with here. So I just take this and I just run it through the bottom, or through the other loops, and I come back and then I get rid of it. And that is how you hide your threads. Not that the back looks like the front. Never gonna happen. Not with this girl. I'm just lucky to get it stitched. So, yeah. Love, love, love it. So, I mean, does anybody have a clue for that? I mean, she's in England, so she can probably order it from France, or I'm assuming it comes from France, unless it's Italian. I don't know. Vera Soie does sound French. How come it's on a spool? Is that like getting a bigger thing of Sulky and it comes that way? You know, I'm sure they're cheap. Whatever. Yeah, I won't be changing over anytime soon. That's exactly why I won't get the, what do you call those? Oh, God. You know, the twice dipped threads, you know, like Classic Colorworks or Thread Dye Works or whatever it's called. They're just too expensive, and I can't justify it. I'm just, for something that's probably going to sit for 10 years as I try to get it done, you know, I don't know. And it just seems like you get very little on the... I had to get Classic Colorworks for... with the needle, because there wasn't a conversion at that point, so I had to punt. Wasn't happy, but I had to punt. So I can't see paying $2.50 a skein for something, and it just seems like it's less thread than DMC. So I don't know. I just kind of got to think practical in a way. So I don't know. And I haven't even considered joining one of their little thread club things. That stuff doesn't appeal to me. I know that would be a way to get 3 or 4 at a time, but it'd take you a lifetime to get all the colors. So it's just, no, not happening. I'm just bizarre that way. But I like DMC, always have, always will. And it works just fine for me. I don't have to do reproduction samplers in original type thread. No, I am not that much of a purist. I just want to stitch. I don't want to have to think about it. I can smell my cabbage. It's starting to cook. I have to lift that up because, of course. There we go. Now I'll get that back. Pull that down. There we go. That's how you flatten out your thread. It was pretty pokey up there. So anyway, guys, I think that's about it for today. Gonna have to go put some ice on my back. It's fine, I've just been sitting too long, and now I get to sit for 3 more days. Well, I can go out and do things. It's not time to take Molly out and go to the river and all that. No. That won't be happening for a couple moments. Because now we got wet, and now it's wet and muddy, you know. Because it snowed again, and it hadn't dried up from the last mess. So, it's supposed to get to 40 degrees pretty much every day this week till we get to next week, so we'll see what happens. We will see, and next week the kids are off on spring break, so fun times. Fun times. So it ought to be good and busy this weekend since I have to work. We'll see how well it goes. Alright, guys. Well, I think that is going to be it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. And that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.